Hey friends, welcome to the Emily the Mystic YouTube channel. In today's video, we're talking about coming out of the closet. And by that type of closet, I mean the spiritual closet, what that means, what that process looks like. This video is for you if you are new to coming into your spiritual self, if you've recently gone through a spiritual awakening, if you are currently going through your spiritual awakening, and you haven't told a lot of people about it, or you haven't really talked to the people in your life about what's going on for you. This video is for you, and I hope that it brings you so much confidence and comfort in knowing that you're not alone and that you are so ready to come out of that spiritual closet and be yourself. So let's get into this awesome video. Okay guys, so we're getting vulnerable and real in this video about coming out of the spiritual closet, what that looked like for me and my journey. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it because coming out of the spiritual closet was one of the hardest things for me. I remember I watched a lot of YouTube videos on this topic when I was going through it myself. So to give you the gist of kind of what this process might look like for you and what I've really seen in my clients, and then I will go into my personal story. So when you're in the spiritual closet, especially if you consider yourself to be an empath and intuitive, you're introverted, and maybe throughout your life you've had trouble speaking up for yourself or sharing your opinions, or maybe you were considered to be quiet by some of those people in your life, and you feel sort of bothered by that term, but you might feel uncomfortable with always sharing more about yourself because you're a giver and you're always giving to the people around you and helping other people and being present for other people in your life. But maybe you have trouble standing up for and being your true self in your day-to-day life. So if you are going through that spiritual awakening, if you've gone through it recently, and you feel like you are really stuck in this place where you want to talk about it, but you're nervous about what other people are going to think of you, you're nervous about what your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other, husband or wife, or anybody in your life that you're dating, what they think of you, if you're nervous about what your family is going to think, especially if you grew up in a religious household, this video is for you because it's going to give you so much confidence to step forward as your new spiritual self. So when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I was having a lot of really awesome experiences, connecting with my spirit guides, connecting daily in meditation, receiving signs from them, having mediumship experiences, and connecting to my loved ones on the other side. I had so much validation from the spirit world about what I was experiencing to be true for me, but I was still really nervous about sharing some of that information with the people around me. I was really fearful about what people in my life were going to judge me for, if they were going to respect this new version of me, if they were going to be open to this new version of me. And I had a lot of fear and stress and worry that I wouldn't be accepted by others and that I might be judged, that posting about some of this content on social media might open me up to receiving criticism or bullying or negative feedback from other people. And let me just tell you guys, coming out of the spiritual closet, sharing my story, telling my friends, my significant other, my loved ones, my family about what I was going through was one of the most healing, important steps in my spiritual journey on my process. And if you're watching this video, you are ready to take that step yourself. If maybe you haven't come out of the closet yet, maybe you're thinking about it, maybe you are out of the closet, but you're still not feeling fully comfortable in that new side of yourself, I'm here to tell you that it's okay. I'm giving you permission to fully step out of that closet and to share this new side of yourself with the people around you. So tip number one about coming out of the spiritual closet, whatever stage of the journey you're in, I want you to know that the people who are meant to be in your life will stay in your life, and the people who are meant to fall away will fall away. So just let that sit with you for a moment. And from the energetic standpoint, because we talk a lot about energetics in this YouTube channel, we energetically attract the people into our life, our friends, our partner, significant other, who are energetic matches for us and for our energy. So the friends that you currently have in your life, they are all a reflection of your journey, your energy over the last few years, maybe your childhood friends, who you were as a kid. And you'll notice that your friends have different kind of vibrations to them, different energetic feelings to them, going all the way back to whatever stage of your life you were in when you met those people. So, with that in mind, know that your vibration is going to continue to rise as you go through your spiritual journey. You're going to be raising your frequency, you're going to be raising your energetic vibration, and therefore, not only will you be calling new people into your life, new spiritual friends, maybe a new partner, a new romantic interest, but some of those people who aren't an energetic match for you anymore might just fall away. And I want you to be open to the experience, knowing that what's meant to be will be, and that if those people who love you or who claim to love you will still be there at the end of the day when you tell them about your spiritual self and so forth, because you want those people in your life to love the whole person, to love all of you, all different layers of you, of yourself, of your interests, of your personality. The people who are meant to be in your life will love all aspects of you and will want to encourage you to grow and to change and to explore those sides of yourself. So those people will stay. The people who do fall away are the people who aren't meant to be in your life for the long term. Maybe they served a purpose as a friend or as a partner in the last few years due to what you're going through in your life. What I want you to do is recognize what lesson you learned in that relationship. If you feel like there's a certain person in your life who might be falling away, just take some time to reflect on what you learned in that relationship, what you needed from that relationship at the time when you met that person, what you gained from that relationship, and also what you are gaining by no longer having that person in your life. So maybe they really taught you how to be confident at that time of your life, but now they're dragging your energy down a little bit. Maybe they're very negative and they're putting a lot of their stress and burdens on you. So you gained the confidence from that relationship however many years ago, but now they're no longer giving that to you anymore. So it's okay to let that person go because they are no longer, number one, that energetic match for you. And number two, you're no longer learning those lessons that you need to be learning from that person in your life. So it is okay to say goodbye to some of those connections. I was absolutely terrified going through this process that I was going to lose all of my friends, that I was going to lose my partner who I've been dating for 5.5 years as of making this video. I was terrified that my parents would be really angry and upset with me. My sibling would not want to associate with me. I was nervous about losing all of those people in my life. And guess what? They all decided to stay, maybe for the exception of a few acquaintances who I was sort of outgrowing anyway. But my significant other, we're still together and is fully my number one cheerleader in all aspects of my spiritual self and is very intuitive himself. And I still have so many deep friendships with people from college, from growing up and so forth. I even went to Catholic school for 12 years, and I will tell you that some of my Catholic friends are the most interested in this stuff because they come from a religious background, but maybe they didn't fully associate with or understand some aspects of the Catholic religion that they were taught. So now stepping into learning new things about spirituality might resonate with them even more. Besides my partner, my other number one cheerleader is my mom. She is like such a light in my life, and she was the one that would take me to Barnes & Noble when I was growing up and would actually buy some of those new age books for me. Even though I was wearing a Catholic uniform, she was still buying me those books on auras and being psychic, and I can't thank her enough to this day. So she wasn't totally surprised when I told her about creating a business around spirituality, around being a medium, around my intuition, and she was one of the first people that I did a full reading for as well. So I want you to know that those people in your life, your family members, will be open to hearing about you because they love you and they want to get to know you better and learn more about you. Especially if you do identify with being more introverted and so forth, they're going to want to know more about your interests, and they're actually going to be really excited and happy about you opening up and sharing more information with yourself about yourself with them. So step number 2 that I really encourage you is to be honest with those people in your life, but take it slow in a way that feels good for you. So I'll give you the example of how I opened up to my partner about my spiritual awakening. I started by sharing tarot and oracle cards with him. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to do some card readings for you. Like, this is something that I'm really interested in. I feel really excited about it. That readings feel accurate to me. Like, can I do some readings for you? And he was kind of like, what? Like, what is this? Like, I don't understand what this is. I've never seen this before. But he was open to it. So we started there. We started with card readings. Then when I started doing mediumship readings, it felt really important for me to talk to him about that. That conversation was a little bit harder to have because I get it, talking to dead people is, it's kind of intense and kind of scary to talk about, and a lot of people don't believe you. So that conversation was a little more difficult, but I felt ready to have it after kind of bringing in some of the information about oracle cards. And then that turned into me wanting to have a spiritual business full time and so forth. So take it slow, start slowly. Maybe you want to share your passion for crystals with your friends first, and you start there. Maybe it's essential oils. Maybe you want to talk about oracle cards or tarot cards and do some free readings for your friends. Those are all really great ways to start opening them up to the process and to your spirituality and your spiritual awakening and who you are and your spiritual interests without, fully going into the whole thing with them. Because if your people haven't gone through a spiritual awakening, they're not going to understand what that is. They might just be very confused by the whole thing. So start slowly and be honest. And they're going to ask you questions and answer those questions to the best that you can. My family loves to give me the hard-hitting spiritual questions that really challenge me to figure out the best answers or to use my intuition and source and spirit to help me to answer those questions. So it's definitely a part of your learning and growth too, hearing the types of questions that those people in your life are going to be asking you about your spiritual journey. And then finally, step 3, or tip number 3 that I have for this process, is to consciously work with your spirit guides and with Source, Spirit, the Creator, to call in and ask for help and assistance with this process. Ask them to support you throughout this process. Ask them to be with you during these hard conversations with people. Ask them to be with you when you're posting on social media about any spiritual topics. You can also ask your guides to help you manifest new spiritual friendships and new connections if you are really looking for and searching those new connections and friendships on top of some of the relationships that you already have. So when you do your daily connection time, if you know me, if you watch my videos, you know I'm a huge proponent of having a daily routine, a daily ritual for calling in your spirit guides and channeling and connecting with them and channeling information from them. So set the intention daily that you want to call in more spiritual friends into your life, into your field, and ask your guides to bring them to you in the easiest, most joyous, and miraculous way possible, and see what comes through. Maybe you'll find someone on Instagram that seems really cool. Reach out to them, send them a message, say that I love your content, let's connect. I have gotten on so many friendship Zoom calls with people this way by using social media, and it's been a really awesome way to get to know other people in the spiritual community online. Of course, use your judgment, use your discernment with this. If somebody seems off, if your intuition and your gut is telling you, this person doesn't seem like they're who they say they are, or their energy feels weird to me, you don't have to get on the phone with them. You don't have to get on Zoom with them. Be very careful with who you open yourself up to in your energy field. But if it seems like someone who's posting about topics that you understand, that you love, and you just feel this energetic connection with the other person, then reach out to them and say hello. I love hearing from my followers. I love making new connections. So seriously, this is going to help you so much, not just with your current relationships, but also with finding new friendships in the spiritual community as well. And again, I can't stress this enough, but these conversations need to be had. But tip number 2, as I was saying before, start slowly. Introduce these concepts to your family members slowly. It will help them to understand bit by bit what it is that you are going through. And they're not going to understand everything. They're not going to understand the full spiritual awakening thing unless maybe they are going through their own awakening. But that leads me to tip number 4, which is you, by doing your own work on yourself energetically, by watching videos like this, by consuming content, by doing healing work on yourself, balancing your chakras, connecting with your spirit guides, developing daily rituals, and so forth, you are going to energetically influence the people around you as well. This has been wild for me to see in my own life, how much the work that I'm doing on myself is positively influencing and allowing the growth of people around me. Now, I don't want you to take this as I'm lifting up the burdens of my family and all of the people in my life. Absolutely not. I want to use this as a way to encourage you to continue to do that work on yourself, to encourage you to continue with the healing practices, with your daily spiritual rituals, because it's energetically influencing and uplifting those other people in your life. I am super passionate about house clearings and property clearings. I'll make a whole video on that as well. And I had my family members all receive property clearings from somebody that I know and trust, and it really helped them to uplift their energy. And because they trust me and they trust what I do for a living, they were okay with allowing me to recommend them to see somebody for property clearings. So, and seeing how much weight was lifted off of their shoulders from having the energy cleared of their space, that has allowed them to open their eyes to other different spiritual things that they might be interested in. So it's really cool to see this process unfold. My family members get visited by loved ones all the time because of my mediumship work. It's really cool to introduce them to that. So yes, the conversations you're having are going to be challenging at first. They might feel uncomfortable, but what is uncomfortable is going to encourage you to grow, to change, and to even create deeper connections with the people in your life. So if you need to have a conversation with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, with your significant other, with your friends about your spirituality, do it. If you leave with anything from this video, start having those conversations. I am here supporting you 100% along the way, but it's going to totally change your life for the better, and it's going to really open up your throat chakra and allow you to balance your truth, being able to speak your truth more often and feel more comfortable sharing more about yourself. So I hope this video helped you know that you are not alone in this process, and that the people who are meant to be in your life will stay in your life, and those who need to fall away probably were not meant for you anyway. So let them fall away. Know that it's okay, and that you're going to be meeting so many new connections moving forward. I'm so excited for you in this journey. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.